What's going on, guys? Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Last minute stardom situms. Let's wait until people get in here. Let them flood. Let's talk some last minute stardom situms. Some great games today. Some great matchups, and I can't wait to dive into them. What up? What up, Jemo the Icon? Shout out to you, bro. We got to link up soon. It's been a very, very long time since I've been on the show, and I definitely can't wait until we link up again. But let's talk some fantasy football today. Stardom situms. Yes, sir. Let's share the link. Let's get some people in here. Let's talk some football, man. It's a good Sunday. Hey, Jimmo. Cheers, bro. That's how we doing it today. Got some food on the grill right now. Got the wifey watching it. And hopefully she don't burn my shit because I kind of want to eat good today. Woo! Stardom, sit 'em. Cannot wait until the questions start flying in and we can get down and dirty. Let's share the link though. Let's make sure we get, enough people in here who has the questions, who's bringing the fire today. Some difficult questions, hopefully. And we can get it on and popping, people. Just give me 1 second to share the link. Let people notify that I am on and live, people. Let's get to business. What up? Would you trade Stafford for Cam? Oh, man. I kind of like Stafford more. Stafford's like on my comeback season list. He's definitely a guy that I think has more upside, than Cam, to be 100% honest. But, yeah, I'm riding with Stafford, man. Matty Ice. I mean, I don't think they call him Matty Ice, but I think that name fits more. Oh, we got some people in here. Bring the questions, bring the fire, or I'm going to start rambling about my opinion starting situms. But what we got? A good matchup today that I like where you could start both running backs that I think to have an opportunity, to have a chance, is definitely Melvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay. They're going against Atlanta today. I think these two become a 1-2 punch. I know Lindsay was questionable earlier in the week, but I feel like this week, Gordon and Lindsay will be fantasy relevant. I mean, honestly, from what we can see the last couple of games with Lindsay, he's the pure runner. Lindsay is literally the pure runner. He's going to give you a lot of yardage, and he could pop off for like a 55, 56-yard touchdown again. That'd be something great to add, to his value. And Gordon, he looks like he's the pass-catching back, which is actually good, man. I need some PPR relevance, from Melvin Gordon, being that you got Lindsay back in the lineup. So I feel like these two, they can be very fantasy relevant. One's obviously going to put up more points than the other, so don't ask me who you should put in, this guy, that guy. I really feel like, if Lindsay is in your lineup, you have a good chance of putting up big points today, and if Gordon's in your lineup, you have a great chance of putting up points. If you own both, full send it, man. Definitely, full send it. Oh, what up, my boy? P2W Fantasy. Make sure you give him a follow. Here it is. Flames, all fire content, people. All 2020 fantasy football season. Stafford or Lamar today? Man, I feel like Stafford being, questionable with COVID and all this other shit. I really don't know, like, where his head is at completely without Galladay also. I think Marvin Jones, he should step up today. I definitely feel like, he has the chance to actually be fantasy relevant. Marvin Hall Jr. is definitely the most annoying person ever to know in life because every single time I hear the announcer say Marvin, and you think it's freaking Marvin Jones here, but yeah, it's not. But today, Stafford or Lamar, I'm going to rock with Lamar today. I like Lamar, man. I like that he has the rushing ability, and I definitely think he's have a point to prove that he could face a top defense and actually come out with a dub this week. So I'm sitting JK in my one league. I'm not liking the Colts defense against the run, but here we are with this question. What up? Triple. Damn, man, you're left with these choices. I'm gonna go with Myers. It's very tough, actually. I mean, the matchups, they haven't been very fantasy relevant all season, but Pascal is coming back. He has Baltimore today. Definitely going to go with Myers. So I have Godwin and Brown, Hill, Juju, DJ Moore, and Cooks. I have to choose three. So this is the most annoying thing about Chris Godwin. So hold on. Godwin will be healthy. He'll play. He'll put up fantasy relevant points, and then he's injured the next game. He'll be healthy again, put up points, injured the next game or two, and then he's back. So Godwin has been very annoying these last couple of weeks. Godwin does bring some fantasy value this week against New Orleans. I think AB affects Mike Evans more so than it affects Godwin. I think Godwin has his role set and it's nice in place. I actually like Juju this week. Hill is a must start. Start and forget. I can't really think about, sitting Tyreek Hill because he could pop off at any moment. DJ Moore, he's been very annoying. It's been very wishy-washy, but I think he's coming into that, groove with Bridgewater. I feel like Bridgewater can catch him underneath. There's too many times we've seen DJ Moore open people. There's too many times we see Teddy Bridgewater take his read, see DJ Moore wide open on the under, but then he'll take a shot to Robbie Anderson, which is like a 50-50 chance that he'll catch it or not. That's the most annoying thing about it. But for them to win this game this week, I definitely think they need to just focus on DJ Moore with the under routes, have him available. He's getting separation. There's plenty of times I watched him play, and there's too many times I see DJ Moore wide open. So I think he has like a nice little game today. Brandon Cooks, I think you're talking about. Not much to say. He's facing Jacksonville today. I feel like, Houston's going to be Houston. It's going to be hit or miss, but I definitely think Cook should be one of the ones you start this week. Definitely DJ Moore. Now you're stuck between Juju, Hill, Brown, and Godwin, man. Actually, I take that back. Sit Cooks. I'm putting in Hill. I'm putting in DJ. Full set in Godwin. There you go. Crowder or John Brown? Man, this is a question I actually had the other day. I'm leaning John Brown only for the simple fact that I feel like this is the matchup that we needed for them to go against the Seahawks, for Josh Allen to have a bounce back. Josh Allen's one of the guys that I have starting this week as a must send because Seattle's defense cannot stop, the pass. And that's the problem. Like Josh Allen's going to air it out all goddamn day. So if you have that Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs stack, you're going to be looking very beautiful at the end of the day. And I definitely think John Brown gets very involved as well. Crowder, Crowder's a Jet. I hate Adam Gates, but Crowder has been the only relevant, person that you could start on the Jets. And I feel like with this week and him coming back from injury, he's been out for a while. I kind of am leaning towards John Brown to have a day with Josh Allen to be fantasy relevant. Next question. Jimmo, Damian Harris or Jonathan Taylor? Man, I think Jonathan Taylor's a little banged up. That last week that we seen Wilkins and we seen Hines go off, man, that was the most annoying thing to see. That was painful to watch. A lot of Jonathan Taylor owners, some of us have, reached in drafts in the offseason and got him in the third round, and we kind of wanted him to get max touches. Like, soon as we heard Marlon Mack was injured, we thought Jonathan Taylor would be a top 10 running back people every single week. So my problem with him having that banged up ankle and him facing Baltimore today, which is a very tough defense against the run, pass, just an all-around stud defense, I'm not liking the chances of Jonathan Taylor putting up good points today to help you get a win this week. So got to go with Damian Harris, man. We've been seeing hot flashes of him, and he's been looking very good when he's given opportunity. So I think Damian Harris should be a safe bet this week. Appreciate you, bro. Now, somebody I definitely wanted to touch on real quick, I think DJ Dallas will be like a little sneaky start this week where he'll put up surprising points, being that Carson's out, Hyde is still out with a hamstring. I definitely think DJ Dallas can find the end zone this week. He put up 22 points last week. I definitely think, he could be very fantasy relevant this week against Buffalo. They've been very up and down with stopping the run, but you have a high-power offense who's going to be most times than not in the, inside the 20 in the red zone. I think CJ Dallas is literally the only running back that will get those opportunities. So I definitely think he's going to see the end zone at least once or twice today. Appreciate you, Jimbo. Cheers to you guys joining me. I appreciate you guys coming through. Another person, don't get cute with Trey Burton. I know for the last 2 weeks, I've been screaming he's the waiver wire, guy to go get. He's been making plays. He scored in like 3 games in a row. Don't get cute. Trey Burton, I'm probably going to sit him today against Baltimore. I definitely don't like the matchup at all. I mean, when you're grabbing Trey Burton to begin with, he's definitely the guy you're grabbing off the waiver that you play him by matchups. You're basically, putting him in when it's relevant or when it's convenient to have him in. He's not every single week start tight end. So I definitely think you need to be cautious this week. Don't get too cute with Trey Burton. I definitely feel like this is a matchup where you have to kind of just like pull back real quick, like pump the brakes and see what happens. You know what I mean? I definitely don't like Trey Burton against Baltimore this week. Who else we got? Le'Veon Bell, he has been very under the radar. I mean, CEH has looked great as the pure runner. I think Bell can make a couple plays here and there. I mean, they have Carolina today. Definitely think, Carolina is still wishy-washy at stopping the run. They definitely improved the last 3 weeks, though. I will say that. They've been moving up in the rankings and defensive rankings for the last couple of weeks of moving up and stopping the run. But I definitely think when you have a high-power offense with the Chiefs, man, you're just going to have a difficult time stopping CEH and Bell. But Bell, I really have him sitting this week. I don't have him being more relevant than CEH. You know what I mean? I think that coaching staff, Andy Reid, believes in CEH to be the RB1, or if they're going to do a RB1, A1, 1B, or whatever the case may be. I don't think Bell outplays CEH this week. So that's the only reason why I would sit him, because if you're starting Le'Veon Bell, your running back situation has to be terrible. Not terrible, but not great. So what I can tell you is, if you're okay with Le'Veon Bell putting up 10 points in your flex position or your RB2 position or wherever you have him, then okay, that's fine. That you have to play it by your opinion on that. But for me, if I have a better, guy on the bench, or I have a better guy that's already in that slot and I'm thinking about putting in Le'Veon Bell, I wouldn't at this point, because it's not like Le'Veon Bell is the number one running back there. So again, you have CEH, and then you got a high power offense that's going to always throw the ball first. And you got Patty Mahomes being Patty Mahomes doing incredible things. It could be a 4-play drive fucking around with Patty Mahomes, and he throws up a bomb to Tyreek Hill, and it's a touchdown. So that is less time for, your guys being on the field. So if you had to lean on Le'Veon Bell to be a clear start, then all right, man, go ahead and put in Bell. Got another question in here. Zeke or Fournette if Zeke plays? See, this is the problem with Zeke. I think he's going to be limited. I think they'll say that he'll play, but I think his role is going to be very, very little. And I hate the Cowboys offense right now. They don't look healthy enough to move the ball forward. It doesn't look like they can actually put together anything on offense. So I definitely think, you sit Zeke this week for just to play it safe. He may not play at all. You might be looking at about 10 carries, That's not enough for me to be, having in my starting lineup to be my RB1 for a guy I took in the first round. So I'm leaning Fournette this week. The last couple of weeks, we've seen Fournette look great, but Fournette is going against the Bucs today, which is a top 10, rushing defense. And I definitely like to put in consideration division games. You have to throw those rankings out of the water. You have to throw them out of the way. We're week 9 here, and division games are very wishy-washy. We just watched the Ravens and Steelers game, and we just watched the Steelers put up 200 yards on the ground on the Steelers, who were ranked number 1, in the league against the run. Now, before that, prior to that, the Steelers only allowed 67 yards to running backs, per game. And you got to understand, when there's a division game, they play you guys twice a year, twice every year. They have a bunch of film. They study you guys. They want to win a division. That's where it's most important. So therefore, they're going to use things to, beat you at in that stat. So division games are usually the ones that I just throw all those stats away, and I just go based on, what it looks like, honestly, because at the end of the day, division games are wishy-washy. So to answer your question, obviously Fournette. Yeah, no doubt, Rush. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you like and subscribe for me, boy. Let's get them subs up. Road to 700. Zach Moss or JT? Man, I got to lean on Zach Moss for this matchup. I know I just said that the Seahawks stop the run a lot, but when it comes to Josh Allen airing the ball out, they're going to be moving the ball in the red zone. So listen to this. So with the red zone carries, it's all been Zach Moss. Zach Moss has more opportunities to score a touchdown than Singletary. Singletary will probably have to pop off for like 50 yards and then take it to the house. When it comes to that red zone, it's only Zach Moss and Josh Allen, honestly. So I definitely like the chances of Zach Moss getting into the end zone once or twice today. This is going to be a great game. I mean, I can't wait to watch it. This is one of the games that I have on my top notch that I want to see today. So Zach Moss definitely over JT. JT has that busted up ankle. We seen last week 2 nobodies. I'm not going to say 2 nobodies, but Nyheim Hines and Jordan Wilkins going crazy on the field. And I really think the Colts are going to be doing this three-headed monster shit that we're seeing in Baltimore. And I definitely think that Wilkins is going to be very involved today. I think, Nyheim Hines obviously going to be very involved in the passing game, but JT might take the back seat today with that busted up ankle, because we were wondering where he was last week and kind of find out he had like a slight, ankle injury. So that's why I will only sit JT going against Baltimore also today. What else we got? Jimbo, I forgot about you. One more, Marvin Hall or Gallman. Oh, man. Whew. Marvin Hall, full send it, Jimbo. Let's take chances today. Let's get a dub this week. Let's go Marvin Hall. I think he'll be very relevant with Kenny Golladay out of the way. And there's plenty of times we've seen him in the end zone. We're like, why the fuck is it him in the end zone and not Marvin Jones? So I think we're going to go with the pest today, Marvin Hall. No problem, Johnny. Make sure you like and subscribe for me. This is the first time I think I saw you on this live. Help a brother out, man. Let's get these numbers up. Let's get my name out. Let's bring home the gold. Now, the next guy I want to talk about is Michael Thomas. This is a hot topic, people. I'm getting called crazy. I'm getting called all kinds of things, and on Twitter where it's like I sound crazy of saying pump the brakes, like kind of be cautious, like kind of like put him on your bench just to see what happens, wait and see. Hear me out. So we're talking about a guy, week 1, put up 4.9 points, and that's before his injury. It was the fourth quarter with 6 minutes left. 6 minutes left in the game. He had 4.9 points. So he had a high ankle sprain, hamstring issue, and he also got in a fight. He's also suspended, basically, healthy scratch. He sat, and then has a hamstring injury out of nowhere. Then questions, if rumors going around if they're going to trade him. The relationship between him and Sean Payton is okay. It's not in the great, thing. And then the offseason drama with Drew Brees and him, what Drew Brees said. Come on, man. There's a lot going on there. That's why I'm going to pump the brakes to see how Michael Thomas looks in that offense. I'm not full sending it at all because I don't know what he looks like after 8 weeks. You know what I mean? So it's not like we have a full understanding of how they're going to use him as well. Are they going to be like pulling him back a little bit so he doesn't get hurt? Or are they just going to full send him? Who knows? I don't know. So that's why I'm an owner of him in 3 leagues, and I'm sitting him for the simple fact I just don't know what's going on. I have better matchups, to be honest. I got DK, I got Diggs, I got who else? DJ Moore. Like, I got all these guys along with Michael Thomas. So I'd rather play it cautious. I went 8 weeks without the guy. I can go one more week. If he blows up on my bench, fine. But the thing is, he's on my bench, so it doesn't matter. Like, you can't change that. If he blows up, he blows up. If he doesn't, you're safe. You know what I mean? So let's just wait and see what happens with Michael Thomas. I'm not full sending him just yet. I need to see exactly how healthy he is. Is the chemistry still there, or is he going to be a little rusty? If he's going to be dropping passes? I don't know. Is the offense going to run through Kamara today? I don't know. I don't know. That's the problem with me and Michael Thomas this week. But he's on my pump the brakes. Also, another guy. I see a lot of people rushing the waiver wire a couple weeks ago for Dez Bryant. Here's my frustration with Dez Bryant. We don't know anything, how he's going to play, how he's going to look. Is he going to be involved? I mean, we just had Hollywood Brown last week say he's not very happy how the offense is, going and how he's being utilized, saying that they don't use their, star players, that they don't use their warriors or whatever he tweeted out and deleted. But we don't know how that offense is going to look. It's a run-first offense to begin with, so I didn't expect, Dez Bryant this week to be very involved in the offense, to be like crazy out there putting up like 10 to 15 points. He might put up, 10 points. That'll be very nice to see. That'll put me on the radar, but I don't need to start Dez Bryant this week. I need to wait and see how he works. He's another guy on my pump the brakes list as well. Oh, God. That was a nasty one. Again, cheers for you guys joining me, watching me, asking questions. Send some more. We got some people in here. Send some more questions, or I'm going to keep going. Who else I got on the board? James Robinson, Jacksonville versus Houston today. Houston still being terrible and not being able to stop the run. They're 31st in the league right now of stopping the run against running backs, and I definitely think James Robinson last week definitely showed he can get it done on the ground and in the air in the passing game. I definitely think they're going to lean on him with this new QB coming in, with Minshew being bench, or injured, with a thumb injury. Right. Anyway, I definitely think James Robinson's going to be a top 5, running back this week going against Houston. I feel like any running back going against Houston should be a start and forget, should just be a full send at all costs. I definitely think he has a day, so he should be in your starting lineups, no question. Also, I had a question the other day. Would you trade James Robinson for Zeke or Zeke for James Robinson? That's a nice one. That was a nice one. I didn't answer it because I really don't have that answer. I don't know. I don't know if you do that. But let's see how, the QB change and if they run the offense completely through James Robinson, and then if he keeps this train rolling, if he's on this wave, I definitely want to be part of it. But who's next? Josh Allen already covered. A nice little start this week that I think will be a nice little plug and play if you're hurting on the bye weeks or injuries is Mike Williams, man. He's been very wishy-washy. He's been to the point where if Keenan Allen isn't getting hot, then Mike Williams is going to get hot. But if Keenan Allen is having the day, Mike Williams kind of just falls in the background and they kind of just lean to the run, or they do a couple dump-off passes to Hunter Henry, etc. I feel like this week against, oh my God, the Raiders, I definitely think that would be a nice little plug and play if you're hurting right now. I definitely think DJ Chark as well is going to be a nice little plug and play this week, even with the QB change against Houston. I definitely think DJ Chark has a day himself. He's also been very mediocre. 1 week he's doing 10 points, and next week he's putting up 25. It's another guy that's wishy-washy, but again, if you're hurting with injuries, you're hurting with bye weeks right now, then yeah, DJ Chark, and then you put him in, he puts up big points, and now you're looking like a star. Mooney against the Titans this week. Mooney has been on a little hot streak. He's been coming up on my radar to be a guy to add off the waiver wire. He's getting very involved. I definitely think he's putting Anthony Miller, all that hype to bed. I definitely thinking he's taking that wide receiver 2 role. He's very fast, man. He's a deep threat. He gets separation. It's just a matter of how Nick Foles is feeling that day, if he's going to be a good quarterback, a mediocre quarterback, or just a terrible quarterback. So I definitely think that chemistry is going to build. Hopefully that they don't really think about this QB change anytime soon in the future. Just let Foles clean out the rest of the season. I mean, I think Trubisky is dealing with a shoulder injury, I think. Yeah, he's dealing with a shoulder injury. So I don't see him coming back anytime soon, but later in the season, I hope they don't think about making a QB change at all. Wow, it is 12:53, people. We are almost to kickoff. I think I covered most of the people. I think I covered most of your questions. I really don't have anything else for you guys. I mean, I don't think I covered everybody, really, that's in question of starting this week. But like I said, my favorite starts this week are definitely Melvin Gordon and Lindsey. I definitely think they become fantasy relevant. I definitely think, we know Lindsey is the pure runner. He could pop off at any moment on a big run. Gordon has been looking very good in the passing game, getting 7 targets last game and catching 6 of them. That is something I like to see from my running backs. And like I said, those are my 2 favorite starts this week. If you have both of them, full send them as if they're Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, people. This is the week where I think they both become very fantasy relevant together as a 1-2 punch. What else we got? I seen it in a comment pop up here. Or am I tripping? But no, yeah, so we're almost at kickoff, people. Thank you guys for joining me. I want you guys to like, share, subscribe for me. Let's get a dub this week. I mean, nothing else, man. We're halfway through the season. Playoffs are around the corner. Let's start taking these games serious. And then trade deadline also coming up. If it's not this week or it's next week for you guys, let's get these trades out. Buy, sell, whatever the case may be. And I want to thank you guys again for stopping by. This is Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Peace.